guys, it's me Athena. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Athena Beth Black, and for the last 10 years I have been studying and practicing different forms of Wicca, witchcraft, paganism, and all of that awesome stuff. On this channel we find magic in the mundane and explore enchantment in your everyday life. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. We are halfway through our 30 days of magic, and y'all, it's getting a little sparse up in here. So if you have questions or suggestions, please throw them in that chat and I'll be checking it out. I still have other ideas, but you know, I have a feeling the last 5 or so, 10, 12, might be hard. Before we get started, also, I want to show you a shirt I'm about to put on. It is so cute. Check this out. Isn't that cute? And it's a baseball tee. Now I got a large because quarantine. Just this, and we can keep talking while I change. So anyway, if I am able to, I will put the link below for where I got this shirt. But yeah, this shirt helps support New World Witchery podcast, which you guys know I love so much. You also hopefully saw that I got the honor to record a video with Corey from New World Witchery. Anyway, they have a merch shop, and this is one of the many designs and styles available. Y'all, no matter what your style is, they have something there, and they have such cute, funny little phrases. I'll try to stick the link below so you can check it out if you want to. I'm thrilled to help support New World Witchery. Duh. Okay, so on today's episode, I want to talk to you. Can I call it an episode? On today's video, I want to share with you how I use my crystals without necessarily knowing the names of them. There's a little hack, cheat sheet way of knowing how to use the crystals. Now, I've got crystal books and Bibles and Love is in the Air, Melody, that thing. I don't have the like $1,000 version or $500 version, but I got the big honkin' version of it. I can look things up and find out all those properties, but there's also a quicker way. You can use the color to help you decide what a particular crystal might be good for. If you buy into all of that, which I do. I also want to say up top here, before we get too far into it, I do recognize now that crystals can be very problematic. The way they are mined, the areas where they're taken, from where they're taken, there's a lot of unethical action around crystals. And knowing that, I have actually come to a complete stop when it comes to buying crystals. Every single crystal I own here, I bought before I was aware of that stuff. Okay, I try to do my best in whatever it is I'm doing, and the earth is my goddess. I'm not going to hurt her on purpose, and I'm not going to continue with a practice once I know better. I try to do better. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Now, I'm also not gonna throw these things out. I'm not going to say, oh, now I have to chuck them, because the damage has been done. These I value and I have been using for years. I have them, I'm gonna use them. All right, so I'm gonna show you some ideas, okay? This is some of my small ones. I keep them in here, and all these little babies come out when it's going to be a really clear, nice full moon. I spread them out on a silver tray. I've talked about that before, and let them absorb the moonlight. I also like these smaller sizes for carrying with me or for using in different ways. Yes, you can look up what the properties are. Like this is Unikite. I know this one's good for birth, for creation, for new moms, stuff like that. But I can look at the colors of it. This is green and kind of a peachy color. If it's green, it's said to be good for your heart chakra. Okay, if you know your chakras and you know the corresponding colors, that's the hack. That's the crystal hack. So that's what can help you know how you're going to use a stone. This is one of my favorites. I've forgotten the name of it. It's either rhodonite or rhododendrite. I forgot. It's been a long time since I've actually looked into the names of crystals, but it is pink and black and gorgeous, and it's the perfect size for carrying. You already know I like to pack it in the bra, but also when meditating, this type of rock is the best kind of rock to use when you're meditating. You can lay out flat and lay it on your body in the corresponding places. It's pink. Pink can also be a heart chakra, green and pink both. Okay, it also has the black and dark colors in it. I look at that as protection. So just based on the very little bit I know about chakras and crystals and how those things can correspond, at least in my belief, this might be the perfect stone to carry when and if I decide to start dating again. I haven't dated in a while. I'll see someone for a while and then I'll go 3 years or so, and I'm okay with that. This one would be a really nice one to me because the darkness of it, it's protection, it's a shield. But the pink part of it can also open my heart a little bit. I don't want to be so shielded that nothing gets in. So this is like the perfect, for me, would be the perfect dating stone. If you look up in a crystal book, I'm sure that's absolutely not what it's for, but that's how I use it. So even though we have 7 chakras that are the commonly known ones, there's actually a lot more. From what I've learned, your hands have chakras, your feet have chakras. You know, your root chakra is where you sit. You know, I guess it's from your feet to your tush, right? Is your root chakra. The root chakra is usually going to be a red color. So this kind of stone, a red jasper, this would be good for the root chakra. Root chakra is also part of you that feels safe. I was taught that for the 7 chakras, each 7 years of your life correspond with your chakras. So your first 7 years of life, that's your root, that's your safety, that's your learning, you know, being new to this world or new to being back and needing to trust completely in caregivers and someone taking care of you. That is when your root is forming. Some of us have, many of us have damage in our root chakra. If we've lost our homes, if we've lost our marriages, if something has been unfairly taken away from us, that can shake you to your core, to your root. And so one thing you can do is meditate and focus on the root area. Now, I also think these dark stones would be good for that. I have lots of different types of dark stones. This one, to me, this is one I kept in my car when I was driving. This is one, protection, just protection and reflection, reflecting back away from me, any negativity coming towards me. This is good for the workplace. It's good for your car. It's good for if you don't feel safe. I like to keep something like this near me. I've had rings made of hematite, and they always say if it breaks, it means it took a hit for you. It did its job, so that's kind of cool. But you know, there's snowflake obsidian, merlinite, that's one of my favorites. Some of these, like this one, I paid a pretty penny for. That's one of the witch's stones though. This and iolite, I believe. So we have our root chakra. Going up from your root to your reproductive area. Think about that. If every 7 years it's your next chakra, then between 7 and 14, you're going to be hitting puberty probably, right? I barely made that, by the way. I think I was 15 before my body's like, oh yeah, maybe we should do something. I got teased a little bit about that. That corresponding color is going to be orange. This one might be a good one for that. So even though this isn't a perfect stone for it, this kind of orangey brownish color, I feel like this would be good for second chakra. That is your sacral chakra. That is your, again, your reproductive area. So it has to do with sexuality. If your sacral chakra is a little out of whack, you might be having reproductive issues. I'm not saying infertility. I'm no medical doctor. I'm saying you might not be feeling comfortable sexually, or maybe there's something going on and you need to address that, along with all kinds of other ways to handle that. One way could be meditating with a stone lying on that area. Next one up, your third chakra is your solar plexus. That is your joy center. I like to think of that as the spot where when you were a kid and you got excited over something, you got like a little tickle in your tummy, butterflies in your stomach. It's excitement and joy and pleasure of just life. Yellow stones, bright yellow stones, citrine, any beautiful golden or yellow type stone. Again, place that in that area as you meditate and visualize that area growing and spinning and filling with joy. Your fourth chakra, your heart chakra. It has two colors, green or pink. I think usually it's going to be green when you see a chart of chakras. As a rule, any green stone would be good for that. Now, again, you can get real fine-tooth comby about this. Malachite, I don't know if that's a great one for the heart or not. People have different results with malachite, a way different kind of stone. But if you're just picking up a stone and you don't know what the properties are, this is a moss agate, I believe, something like this, that would be good. This is raw emerald. I mean, not raw, but this is gemstone grade emerald. You can get big honking pieces of this for not a lot of money, and emerald would be a great one for your heart. Moving on up, you get to your throat chakra, which is blue. Different colors of blue are great, but I feel like light blue. I don't have any books in front of me and I'm just going off of memory, so I could be off about this, but I know blue lace agate is a great one for your throat chakra. Sodalite, I could be wrong about sodalite, because when it gets more of a bluey purple, like an indigo color, that's going to be a little different. But your light blues, throat chakra, speaking your truth. Now, I used to really love listening to, I've mentioned it before, a podcast called Psychic Teachers. I don't really listen to it anymore. I should probably go back and give it a chance, but I really enjoyed it back in the day. And they taught that when you have certain things go wrong with your body, obviously they believe in germs and medicine, but they also said, take a look at your chakras. So if you are prone, like me, I was the strep throat kid growing up. I get a hoarse voice a lot now. I know it's related to asthma, but still, they say if you find that you're always getting a sore throat, part of that, you could look at your throat chakra and you could not necessarily heal yourself, but help it a little bit. See a doctor, because that's really the number one thing, but also meditate with blue on your throat chakra. Again, are you afraid to speak up? Are you afraid to speak your truth? You need to visualize. And how I learned it is you visualize it spinning and spinning. And it's not just horizontal, it's like a ball all through here. I've had some of my best meditations ever lying there and going through each chakra and just trying to be a part of it and seeing it spin in unison with all my other chakras. Keep on going up. When you get to your sixth chakra here, this is like your third eye, brow chakra, third eye chakra. That is going to be your dark blues, your indigos. Sodalite is not quite as dark, but that side, a darker blue. Your third eye, your intuition, your thoughts. If you feel like your thoughts are always out of whack, maybe try meditating with your third eye, really focusing on it with an indigo color stone there. Your final chakra, if you just go with the big 7, is your crown chakra. It is the top of your head and also the area above it, because your aura It extends out from you. It's not just inside you. And so up here is where this is your connection to spirit, as I learned it. Your mileage may vary on all this, by the way. I'm just going how I live my life, okay? My experts out there, I know I'm not right in a lot of this stuff, but this is how I live. So this is right for me. The crown chakra, that is your connection to spirit, to your higher self, higher plane, the universe. Also, if we kept up with our every 7 years, this is where you are when you're getting up there in age, right? I forgot to continue talking about with the ages after we talked about the sacral. If you think about between 14 and 21, your solar plexus, it's when you hopefully are starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel of like school and college, if you go to college, or finding work, maybe getting married, you know, and you just keep going, right? So I'm of the age, literally this year, I'm in my crown. And what's really interesting is after you have reached you're older, you've been working a while, your kids are maybe mostly grown or grown up. You don't have to worry necessarily about some of the other things when you were first starting your life or first raising your kids. You can kind of connect to a higher self. But what's interesting is it starts over. It starts over with your root again. And if you think about it, this is when you're maybe thinking about retiring. Do you have a nest egg? Do you have enough to be safe without working? Once you get a little older, unfortunately in this country, people don't always honor their elder people. Sometimes you're no longer strong or capable of doing some of the things you could do. Your safety is at risk a little bit, or your feeling of secureness and safety. And it goes and it starts all over again. Some of the stones for the crown chakra are amethyst, or my favorite, labradorite. Colors that are light purple. I think this is fluorite. Honestly, I don't even know what this is. It's one of these translucent with rainbows inside it kind of rocks. This would be a good crown chakra rock. Y'all, this, obviously, I can't even begin to go through the complexity involved with chakras and rocks and crystals, but this is a great little starter's guide. If nothing else, if you don't necessarily want to get super deep with every single crystal and what its property is, you can live by a rule of what's the color, okay? What chakra would that correspond with? If you have heartache, if your heart is broken, lean towards green. Lean towards the different shades of green. If you can mix some pink in there with it, all the better. Okay, so I think I'm done for now. This was a longer one. I'm always open to hearing your ideas, your thoughts, what you've learned. I love hearing from you guys and hearing what your experience has been. I'm saying again, I'm admitting I am no expert in chakras or rocks. This is how I handle it without being an expert in it. I am fascinated. I have a huge collection of rocks. I have a bunch of collections of books about rocks. I haven't opened one of those in a while because I've had a lot of other stuff on my mind, but that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and also don't forget I have a second channel, Wicked Recovery. I will link it below, and on that channel every Sunday I put out a video that's sort of a meditation for the week and things we can think of as we live happy, connected, sober lives. Thanks again for watching. I love you, and be well.